Tell us about VSchools and its value proposition to its clients.
VSchools has a lot of products and services to offer our different clients. Everything from a student information system to a learning management system, content repository, and lots of other technology. In addition to that, because our corporation is 92% made up of educators and not just technology specialists and so on, we're actually able to bring a lot of things like teacher planning, curriculum development, experts in the area of Common Core standards, help desk support that's also comprised of people who've worked in the classroom before, a lot of those other things that I think can make us a different company.
Right, now, tell our viewers a little bit about the blended learning management system concept. And I think what they'd be interested in hearing about is the traditional learning management system capabilities tied to the Common Core.
The blended learning management system is something that has been born out of necessity. You can use a traditional learning management system that has the teacher authoring center and the ability to deliver content directly to students. But I think today's schools need more. We have in the blended learning management system, we've got the ability, for example, in one of our 4 areas, one of our 4 centers, you have the ability to go into the instructional design center. And in the instructional design center, you're able to take content, tag that content to Common Core standards, not just the strands, but also all of the other levels. And in that instructional design process, you're working within standardized frameworks on how to build classes. Now, why would I want to tag everything to Common Core standards? First of all, for accountability measures, I'm able to make sure that I'm meeting and actually giving content meeting those standards. I'm also able to, in our analytical center, run reports to make sure my students are mastering those standards. In the standards-based version of the gradebook that is a companion to the normal gradebook, I'm able to actually make sure on a flash, on a quick color scan, I can see which students are mastering, which students are not mastering the standards. And even more importantly, I'm able to look at content that's tagged to standards, and I'm actually able to say what level of rigor on our matrix of 1 to 4. I'm able to say what kind of content, and in that respect, some of the diagnostics and some of the reporting allows me to look and say, Trina performed very, very well on content level 2 and rigor, but only when she was shown it in video format accompanied by working in an interactive whiteboard.
School that you have worked with in the past and the type of school category that you may be focusing on in the future?
We actually work with all kinds of schools. For example, we launched CSK-12 Virtual, the National Catholic Virtual School. They exist in 38 states and 6 countries, delivering virtual education to their students. My own children attend a small school which has been using our platform for the last 3 years. It's a bring-your-own-device, champagne-taste, caviar dreams, and tap-water budget kind of school. You know I wouldn't impact my own children's education in a negative manner, so they've been using our platform to deliver mathematics. As a result of the work that we've been doing with them in a kind of a lab setting over the last 3 years, they've actually been able to show almost 2 years of learning gains for all students and have actually done away with grade-level mathematics for the middle school. What that means is, my daughter, for example, who's in 6th grade, just completed pre-algebra 3 with some traditional 7th and 8th graders in her class. My 7th grade daughter has just completed Algebra 1 honors for high school and is moving into the geometry honors for high school credit. So in other words, by taking a standards-based approach to our content and using the analytics on the platform, those teachers have been able to totally revamp the curriculum and do a lot of remediation and a lot of advanced work, individualizing learning pathways for every student.
So VSchools is not a new company. However, you've got a new version of a product coming out or has recently been launched. Talk to our viewers about some of the excitement around that.
Our new product is very, very exciting. It's been 3 years in development, and anyone who knows the VSchools story knows that for the last 3 years, we've had the real luxury of some high-end investment to allow us to build a super product without having to worry about actually selling that product as we go. We've also been able to build a staff, a support team, and really be able to scale the implementation. That's going to be important to us because some of the clients that we have now are entire districts in public school districts in a number of states. We're a licensed provider now in a statewide virtual provider process. So we've been well vetted, scrutinized the content, scrutinized the platform, and so on. So why is the platform exciting in itself? It now incorporates a student information system, it has the learning management system, and we've really divided it up into 4 key centers. Those centers are in kind of like your DNA. What makes you unique as an individual is your DNA. So if you think about the DNA, there are those 4 areas. Those 4 areas for us are about creating unique pathways so that every individual student's learning pathway is different. That also includes every teacher's learning pathway, because as an adult, I'm also learning in that system. So we have the administrative center that includes the student information system and all of the supports, the enrollment, the scheduling, the e-commerce, the teacher assignments, the teacher evaluation process. It's the administration center. The second center is the traditional teaching and learning center. That's the learning management platform, that's the courseware, all of the online classes, and the V-portfolio. And that's an exciting piece as well. The collaboration tools, the ability to have video conferencing, the interactive whiteboard, the chat features, the message center, all of those are embedded into the teaching and learning process, the teaching and learning center.
Now, share with our viewers how they can learn more about vSchools, whether on the web or any upcoming conferences that you may be participating in.
We attend most of the major conferences that happen throughout the school year, throughout the year. We'll be at the VSS, Virtual School Symposium. We'll be at the NCEA, National Catholic Education Association. We'll be at many of the large charter school, either state or national conferences, and attending conferences on Common Core. So at most of the major conferences, however, best way is to check out our website, www.vschools.com.
Well, that's wonderful. And we're here at ISTE in San Diego, and many of the people that have come by have been here for the first time. So if any of our viewers have never been to a conference like ISTE, what words of encouragement would you have for them, maybe to get here next year?
ISTE is probably one of the most exciting conferences that you'll ever attend. It's full of technology, but not just technology from a vendor perspective. All of the people who actually make the technology happen in our schools and our universities, and even in the business world. You've got chief technology, chief information officers, and people who really have a handle on what technology needs to do to impact the end user. It's exciting to sit in on the meetings, and this year I think one of the big things that was interesting for me was the first time we had the international or the Latin American conference going on at the same time for ISTE, and to see the excitement and the high quality of the networking going on was really worthwhile.